Jumping off the deck, shouting into overdrive. Highway to the danger zone. I'll take you right into the danger zone. Can never say hello to you till you get out on the red light or below. You never know what you can do till you get up high as you can go. Living on the edge, always where I burn to be. Further on the edge, the harder the intensity. Highway to the danger zone. Gonna take you right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Right into the danger Take me now, baby, here as I am. Hold me close, try and understand. I work all day out in the hot sun. Stay with me now till the morning comes. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hands. Take my hand, come undercover. They can't hurt us now, they can't hurt us now, they can't hurt us now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. What I've got, I have earned. What I'm not, baby, I have learned. Desire and hunger is the fire I breathe. Stay in my bed till
Okay, I think that's enough copyright infringement for now. It's okay, I'm not monetized. I can't do anything about it. All right. What's going on? There we go. I gotta fix my camera now. I bumped into it like a fucking mongoloid. There we go. Works. Okay. So, nope. It's still fucked. This is what I get. There we go. So we got... all to go through tonight, so... I'm probably not going to go through it all, I'll be honest with you, but this was a sound investment in liquid self-harm, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. Reorganize my little stack over here so it's easy to read. It gets picked up on the mic, very good. Oh, the crown, hold on. Well, the Asahi was only in bottles, so we went with the Sapporo instead, just because I like the can. Anyways, so we got the crown. The crown will come off and come on. I haven't really decided the rules of how things are going to go down tonight, but there is going to be a spinny wheel, and on the fly, because I forgot to add it before the stream, we'll have a little counter with how many of these we end up going through tonight. So we'll see how it goes. I was like really amped all day to do this, and then I made the mistake of taking a nap. Now, that on its own, you know, a nap can really fuck a day up with very little effort for sure. But I think like I made the mistake of leaving YouTube on, and while I was sort of in that like fugue state, kind of in between, not in between sleep, where like I was obviously out of it. Because maybe an hour had gone by at that point. Not hours, maybe an hour. And I could still kind of process what was being said on the stream, or the whatever. It was a stream, but they were watching some guy, I don't know who it was, but he was talking about how he ended up banging a midget in Spider-Man cosplay. And he was kind of going into very graphic detail about his encounter. And something about that just like ruined the last hour of my day. Like I was sitting there eating before the stream, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this is rank. This is a terrible fucking thought." But, so it's kind of stuck in my subconscious. I'm hoping that I can drink the pain away, and we'll do some horse racing. So, without further ado, I suppose we should get into the first part of the stream, which is kind of just going over it, I guess, what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be playing through, like unlike the last week, like, I guess 2 weeks ago now, I don't remember what it was, but, like, unlike the last stream, we really only grazed the surface, is the best way I could describe it, of Umamusume, our little lovely pretty derby horse racing game. And why I think that's important is obviously, you know, I don't want to say we were pressed for time, but we were, you know, I had 3 games I kind of wanted to kind of rip through, and I feel like I did none of them justice. Unlike the first, like, Gooner stream we did, where, like, I felt like I spent a little too much time playing each of them, and it ended up being, like, almost 3 hours. 2 of that was just me playing fucking Dark Knights, which is fine, because that's how I use my time normally, because I'm a fucking 35-year-old loser. But this time around we're going all in. We're gonna be playing the horse game. We're gonna do the career mode. You're gonna sit through the story with me. We're gonna suffer or love it. I don't know. It depends on how you guys feel about it, but I enjoy the game immensely so far. So first step is we're gonna jump to this screen here, and this lovely little spinny wheel here. And this is all of the characters I have available to us right now that we can play with. There might be one more. We're gonna do a roll, a 10 roll. So there might be technically an additional one that's been added to this list here. I don't know where I'm pointing here. There we go. Over here, this wheel. But that's something we'll worry about afterwards, because what's likely going to happen is we're gonna play career mode. I'm gonna crash out halfway through. And that's just sort of expected of this game, because unless you're opening the wallet, that's one of those things that this game is sort of notorious for. Is it's It's not cheap. You get a lot of stuff for free, but the gacha isn't quite as generous as other games. And if you really want to kind of optimize it, like let's compare it to something like Azur Lane or Nikkei or Arknights or something like that. Like you can kind of like reach max or like a good level of power just by rolling like maybe like Nikkei is like a minimum 3 duplicates. Azur Lane is 5, but there's other ways to kind of get around that. Same with Arknights. This one for a 1-star character, so the characters you roll more frequently. If you want to max them out, the math is you need 172 duplicates in order to get that character to 5 stars. There are other ways of doing that, which is nice. The game is a little bit more generous with how you can get your stars. But yeah, like if you were to play it just no buying stars, no playing in the side content, whatever, it's 172 duplicates. So it's like hundreds of spins at a gacha, hundreds of 10 rolls. And I can assure you that's a lot of 10 rolls. And the last time I checked, this is like roughly with taxes in, but a 110 roll, so 1,500 carats is carats, like whatever, you'll see, is about 35 bucks Canadian. So they want you to open the wallet. And let's be frank here, like this is a game that is which one of those things that like your average normie who's kind of excited about this franchise doesn't quite understand, is this is not a game that's aimed at like a casual player. This is a game that's aimed, like everything about it is subtly optimized to capitalize on gambling addicts. It's got horse racing, it's got unfair, pretty unfair gambling mechanics, and everything's expensive. And unsurprisingly, it makes piles upon piles of money. And now it's here globally, making piles upon piles of money. So far so good. The reception of it has been pretty stellar, I'd say. I'm quite surprised. I'm waiting for, now that it's been out for a couple weeks, I feel like it's cooled down a little bit, and then we can kind of back off on the Twitter tourists a little bit. Every time I open Twitter and see anything related to this game, it makes me angry, because it's just people arguing over it. Like, I've known about the franchise for a long time. I could never be bothered to go through the effort of setting it up to play the Japanese version of the game, so I just sat here, bided my time very patiently, and now I get to play it with you. So anyway, let's put on a song, a little silly song, which I will explain a little bit further too, which we already played technically, but now you get to hear the horse cover of it. So all 38 seconds of it, and this will be our spinning song going forward, and during any future streams as well too. So hold the fucking phone here. So we're gonna give it a spin. We're gonna find out who our first character is, and then I will boot up the game. And then we will play the game, and I will proceed to finish his beer, and then, God willing, 23 other. Oh, fuck me. Okay. I'm not looking forward to this. All right, ready? Spin. All right. So, turn it down a bit. It's blowing my fucking eardrums out. Alright, anyways. So Super Creek was added recently to the gacha. So she's a newer character, I guess. But keep in mind that we're 4 years behind what's available in Japan. So, you gotta put up with that. Alright, let me switch around here. And we will jump into the game in a sec here. So you get to look at my fucking fat face for a couple more minutes. Well, yeah. So, fun fact about that Danger Zone cover is Kenny Loggins has seen it and has approved of it, and he put out a little clip of him being like, "Wow, great job," you know what I mean? Maybe we'll do a full cover in the future, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So, oh, we almost rolled on my Auto Top Gun as well too. So we could have had everything to be super fitting. All right. Get to this main menu here, and I'll switch screens again. And then I will add my... Oh, there's an update. Ooh. 20 megabytes. Give me a sec here. I'm just gonna fight with this. So we're gonna add a little counter. I'm gonna add it at the down here, bottom corner, and it's gonna be how many drinks I've suffered through for our collective enjoyments. All right. Here's our screen. I'm gonna move myself a little bit as well too, because not a lot of the action happens on the right side here. Because it's still a vertical phone game, even though it's on. This is the PC client for it, and there's no audio. Of course, there's no audio. There we go. Now you can hear it. It's a janky stream, of course. This is going to be the jankiest Umamusume experience on the net for sure, but this is the most authentic one if you think about it. All right, so we're gonna get our shit. So we have up in this top corner here. This is our lovely gacha currency, our carrots. We are. Do we have enough to roll? Okay, we have enough to roll, so we're gonna get that done first. We're gonna gamble, and then we're gonna horse race, and then I'm gonna drink beer. Does that sound good? It's gonna be phenomenal. And we're gonna make the bad thoughts about midgets go away. So we'll go down here to our little scout tab, and I've done I'm trying to get Biwa Haihiri. No, I want Haihiri. I'm not gonna be saving it for other characters. Okay, if I have to, I'll open the wallet. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do it. I've already dumped. This is gonna be 80 rolls now. So I don't think we got anything good. It's dog shit! But it's okay, we're gonna roll through it. So, no SSR. That's 80 rolls of no SSR. I'm not surprised. Got a vodka dupe though. We got 3 winning tickets though, so that's a good thing for me because I'm trying to max her out. And like I said, 172 dupes, not factoring in other shit. And we need other shit. So, was there a new event or anything that started? No. Okay. 2 different colors. I know about the director one. I saw that before. But like, I've had rolls where it wasn't her, and then I just haven't paid attention to the door color. You gotta look for all these subtle details in these fucking gacha rolls. These over the top animations. So who did we roll? It was who was it again? I'm gonna tab out. Super Creek. Okay. Where is she on this list? I haven't done anything with her yet. Where are you, Super Creek? Am I blind? Am I retarded? Oh, there she is. Alright. So, we got our Sapporo. We got our Asian Japanese beverage, which is apparently just as good as the one in Japan, which is a surprising thing. But it's actually brewed like about an hour away from here. And then, I don't know why. I'm losing everything over here. But I was drawn to these slushy flavored cooler seltzers. And now, I know these are not going to be good. I don't even know what the flavors are. It's orange, cherry, grape, slushy-inspired flavors. I'm not a big seltzer. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big drinker. So, that says a lot there. Where did that beer go? So, really, I'm like, this is like punishing myself. This is like some sort of divine suffering that I'm inflicting upon myself. And it's well-deserved after this week. Had people backing in, had fucking trucks backing into my car. Gotta get that all fixed up now. We're just gonna auto everything because I'm gonna go fuck right now. We're gonna borrow someone else's card. I shouldn't have autoed it. That was a terrible idea, but it is what it is. That one we shouldn't have bought. The legacy I don't care about too much right now. Really, we're just gonna be grinding it out. That's the plan. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this intro once, but we are gonna be sitting through all the interactions, even if they're redundant, and there's gonna be a lot of redundant. So you get to suffer, I get to suffer, and it gives me more opportunity to drink alcohol. So this is our lovely Tracing Academy here. This is where we groom our horse girlfriends and daughters or wives, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a fuck. Listen, at its heart, it's a gooner game. People do not understand this. If it's got cute women you can gamble on, it's fundamentally a gooner game. You're not allowed to make porn of the characters because that's against the the code of conduct, and there's kind of two reasons for that. Well, one reason really. The one reason is it's because they don't want to lose the license to the horse, and there have been nothing's happened like that yet where they've had to pull characters, but there have been characters that got designed and at the final hour before they were supposed to be implemented into the game, lo and behold, they pulled out, kind of like that, right? So I'm not going to read anything, and thankfully it's voice acted, but it's voice acted in glorious Nipponese, so you get to listen with me, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to move my face over a little bit more here. So yeah, the PC version is kind of nice because you do get all of this shit here. Not that you're really going to be paying grave attention to your legacy midway through, but we're going to see what happens. So this is our midgets. Too much midget talk tonight already. That's our horse. We got our sparks. So I'm gonna zen up. We're gonna restart this, and then I'm gonna sit here, and I'm gonna chug away at this beer, and we're all gonna enjoy. We're all gonna enjoy this very compelling plot about racing horse girl. You're gonna read along. And there's a lot of reading. We're gonna skip this next time, so don't worry. I'll even put it on auto, so we have to suffer. You see that highlight? All distances, all courses. Unless you're one horse and you can only do sprints and dirt, but it is what it is. Love some English. We got our rolled up piece of paper, which is obligatory for excitement purposes. We got our drinks. Alright, we finally got to that intro. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do not use quick mode. We're going to put skip on. And you're just going to suffer along with me. I skipped through a lot of the story stuff. Not because I don't like the story, but because I tend to use the same 4 horses. And it's just like, yes, I've seen these cutscenes 30 times. We're going to get our first batch of stats. And we got our little log over here, too, in case you... How bad is the, is the car damage? Well, you see. It's not good. It's drivable, but I've been told it's about $6,000 worth of damage. And I'm not unless the frame's bent and it's a write-off, but I don't think it's that bad. Also, the songs in this game are pretty bops. We do suffer daily, but that's part of the experience. You know, sometimes you gotta suffer on the weekend, too, when you watch someone else play a game with fucking horses in it. Gotta make sure my paper's around. Oh, it's selected for me. Yeah, 6K, it's not great. I'm not paying for it. That's good. But, not how I wanted to spend my Wednesday, you know. So each of the horses has their own, obviously, you know, they like their anime tropes. The gacha game, right? That's just the experience of it. Super Creek would be like the daughter mom kind of character. I don't really know who. I don't know if there's like a term for it, but that's like the best way I could describe it. Is a daughter mom. So you gotta, if you're playing it on Steam, it's good, but you gotta multitask it. Like you gotta like play it on Steam, then switch to a different game for a few minutes and be like, ah, it's time to go to bed. And then when you get into bed, you just pull it up again on your phone. And then you're lying here like this. Being like, ah. 7th place on a race I was supposed to win. Thank you, game. I want to click through this so bad. The struggle. We gotta get to the racing, guys. But we gotta suffer. I committed to this. Rice Shower is like a daughter mom, but she's like a sad daughter. That's my best understanding of it. I don't have her, so I don't know. I will probably roll her on my final attempt at trying to get Haihide, but we'll see what happens. We're in totally different leagues. From my understanding, the plot of this particular storyline is the groomer gets groomed by the horse in the Discord style. The math of like how it calculates like the winning and stuff like that, because obviously it's not live, it's already like predetermined and shit like that, right? Just like real horse racing and gambling. Sad, but we're gonna watch the full races too because we gotta get that excitement. But I did read a breakdown of the stats a little bit and like explained like how they factor into the race. So ultimately, winning is reliant on 2 stats. Ultimately, which is speed and power. Because you can kind of forget about guts unless you're doing long races. You can kind of forget about stamina unless you're doing long races. And wits is a stat that really only matters if you have a shit ton of skills. Now, skills are important. I have none right now, but these are all the skills you can sort of get. And like skills are a big deal because your opponents also have skills. So not only are their stats going up as you get further along in these races, like you can see our little so these are our goals at the top here. So some of these races are like we got some grade 1 races and stuff like that, which is the highest level. This is an open, but so it goes pre-open, open, grade 3, 2, 1. So one, obviously graded races are the important ones. That's where you get the most fans. That's where you get the most skill points. That's where you get trophies. And then trophies kind of are an important thing in the game because that's how you that's how the free-to-play pussies get their carrots. That and just playing the game, doing the logins and stuff like that. But like that's an important thing. And then your trophy collection also factors in how many fans you get. So you can see like there's a criteria of like how many fans you need here. That's something that now that I've played the game long enough, we can sort of ignore that because I get like a shit ton of fans every fucking time I race. So like you don't have to do multiple races, but then you want to do multiple races because you get skill points that way. And then there are some races that aren't part of your schedule and maybe you want that trophy. You know, you got to factor in all of the, it's not a lot of micromanaging, but it's a lot of like, I don't know how to describe it. We got lots of Zins and Sapporo, don't worry. We also got coolers, seltzers too. So we get the drinks with that as well too. So anyways, so our goal is to bump stats up. You do that, so you have 11 days, 11 turns basically to like build a horse that will hopefully win that race. Now, like I said, you could have all the stats. You could be like the winner, but like a real horse race. You could come in, you know, something happens, skill didn't activate, you're trapped inside a crowd, and you don't have a high enough power score, and then you're fucked. So it's story of our life. So right now we're just gonna build speed. We're just gonna go through that, get our speed stats up. Also, your mood is like a huge thing too. So if it's under great, you're probably fucked for that raid. And yeah, late starts are factored in. Probably only gonna get late start. I'm gonna get late starts on. I'm gonna have a race that I restarted twice, and I'm gonna barely make it, and then you're gonna be like, finally, the third time we'll get it, and then we're gonna fuck it up. So it's just gonna happen. So I'm gonna drink more beer. We got a cutscene. Oh, God. This is also not the only game I've streamed that has horse girls either. But now it's only horses. And there's gun women too. So we have boat women, horses, guns with highly detailed feet. And then we got whatever Arcanite says. Animal women. We'll just call it that. God. This is going... See, I feel like when I'm in like an actual... I don't know if this counts. This is parasocial. But now that I can drink beer, this is going on a little bit easier now. I'm not a big drinker, I'll be honest with you. So we're going to get through half of this and I'm going to be fucking cooked. What's going to happen. But we'll see. Tell you what, we'll see how many beers I can drink before we get to an actual race. It's going to be that'll be like the gauge. Because there's a lot of, like, there's an event after, like, almost every round, give or take. I'd say, like, for every 10 rounds you have, I would say there's nine scenes. And they could be short, they can be not short. Like, this one's long as fuck. So, the term, this isn't considered furries, because furries would have to be like a more, there's a scale, there's levels to this game. So a furry would be like an actual like anthropomorphic character. So like something that like looks like the animal, but is also kind of looks like a human being. This would be what the Japanese refer to as a kimono mini, or like an animal girl. And it's exactly like this, where it's like it's a person that has like cute animal features. So like cat girls, they have a tail, they have cat ears, they piss on your floor, but they're like, they look like women. They look like a human being, I guess is really what it is. Because not all of them are women, but you're right. It's sort of like furry curious. I'd say it's more like furry adjacent, but not really. Yeah. So we're going to jump into... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a beer, and then we're going to do seltzer, and we're going to kind of bounce back and forth between that until I piss myself, really, is what's going to be. Hold on. Here's what we're going to do, too. We're going to add some... You watch the cutscene, guys. I'm adding stuff. We're going to call this beer counter. We're gonna say, holy fucking text size. We're gonna put 1. We're not gonna put 1. We're gonna put 0. And we're gonna put seltzer, cringe, and we're gonna put 0 for now. And we're gonna go okay. And that is not what I wanted it to do. Hold on. Can we do grounds. That's way too big, though. So we're going to shrink that. We're using a trackpad because I'm a fucking idiot. But my mouse is on the other computer. So we're going to put this over here. Listen, I'm not projecting. I don't make the rules, man, okay? For sure. Yeah, so we picked these. It showed on here. I don't think it's still on the screen, but we have these support cards. All of those have like a bunch of events that are tied with it, and then there are also you also will run into situations where you get like long events that aren't your support card, so you'll get the bonus. So now when you get these prompts, I'm not familiar with this one, so I don't know. Sometimes you'll get stat boosts, sometimes bad things will happen, and other times you'll unlock skills that you can spend your skill points on and unlock it. So we're gonna say no point in rushing because I'm lazy. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna chuck this. Let's get through this. It's fucking get some numbers up on the board. So we got energy up. That's not a number. Hold on, my fucking numlap's off. God damn it! There we go. No. Alright, we're already falling apart. We've only gotten one beer in. Alright. So we're going to follow this guy's strategy of just primarily focusing on power, but do the great one. Sorry, power, speed and power. That's where I was going with this. Excuse me. Burping's still funny, right, guys? I always project on this stream. That's what I do. 90% of this is coping and seething, and I just do it to an audience of single-digit people. All right, that hurt. All right, that smells absolutely fucking diabetic. We're gonna drink it. Oh God. Can I skip these, or do we have to suffer? God. Like, at this rate, we're still like an hour away from racing time. Oh. Alright, thank you. I got permission. Let's skip through half of these. Yes, it is. You're right. It does repeat. Okay. We will. Here's what I'll do. I'll turn to skip off after every event. That isn't garbage like that. So we'll sit through the cards. That's it. Hold on. What's your stats? We're fine. Okay. Alright, I'll take the risk. 5%? Too easy. Yeah, this one we can skip. Okay. This is our rival horse, by the way, Happy Meat, who I do agree with that. Oh, fuck! I fucked that up. We had a cheeky double. Listen, I'll give you the quick rundown on the lore. All you need to know is that the midget lady is like, I got a plan, and it's gonna be, I got a new race And then you're like, very cool, midget. And then it introduces a lot of like human characters, and I'm not here for human characters, we're here for the horses. So you can you gotta rest every once in a while. That's an important stat here, your energy, because that fucks up your odds of having a successful training session. And then now you can also get like negative effects from resting. So this is one I've skipped through about 400 times. Naughty witch is a very strange thing to describe someone as. See, I enjoy bell peppers and onions, so this is a very strange thing to be getting upset about. But we have to remember these are high schools. So, that's a good question. I don't know if energy affects a race's outcome, because I've had, like, no energy. Like I had, like, an event beforehand that drained the energy, and I did the race, and I still won. So, my understanding is that energy, the only things that really factor in are mood, skills and stats, and then obviously affinity to whatever track you're racing on. Yeah, mood's a big one, because like I said, like anything less than, so here we have two options. We can do whatever you want, and I think we get some stat boost for that. And if we force her to eat her vegetables, because why not, this we'll do that, because we get we do get a skill from this one, which is called Lucky Number 7, which I never bothered with. I just get it anyway, because it's always good to have that in your pocket. So, skills do a lot of things, and I'll go over those before we get into our first race as well too. Not that like half the audience hasn't already been playing this game, but you know, still. See, Lucky 7, we get that. Put that in our pocket. Anyways, so you're allowed to be confused, and that's because this is not like a this is a game that requires a lot of trial and error, and I have played a significant amount of time into it, so I understand things. And there are whole like charts and guides just explaining like how the skills work and like what stats affect what on what races and stuff like that, and how you should progress and stuff like that. Like you can kind of count on that, but like there is a Japanese man on Twitter somewhere that has dedicated like an unfortunate amount of time into explaining the kind of mechanics of this game. So we got our skills here, and you can see there are different color skills. So different skills do different things. And different color skills are different kinds of skills. So we have our blue skill up here. So the reason why there is anime horse girls is a very simple equation, and that is money. So this was this game was concocted in a laboratory somewhere by some of the most evil people. There are allegations is the best way I can describe it, of Yakuza involvement even too. So the worst people in Japan were like, how do we print money? How do we suck the yen out of every pocket of every gentleman that is afraid to talk to women in this country? And that is, you combine horse racing, which is gambling, and horse racing also has like I would say in the West, horse racing is I would say it's considered to be kind of like not a noble thing, but it's more of like a high art. That's why things like the Kentucky Derby, you know, you go there in a fucking tuxedo, you fucking, you know, it's like a prestigious event. And then you have, you know, like even in England, like it's a pastime of upper class and stuff like that. But in Japan, I would say it's a more kind of like a lower class thing. And the Japanese just like anything that's like sporting, is what I noticed, right? So this is just racing. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's racing, but with horses. So, and you can gamble on it. And the stereotype of Asian people is that they like to gamble. And you can see that. You can go to any casino on the planet, and you can see that. You can understand the existence of gacha games, which is just gambling, right? And, like, look at, like, Genshin Impact, right? Like, people spend so much money on Genshin Impact. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Formula One game in the works. Where the cars are girls. Yeah. So that's what I mean. So it's like, and to finish my point, people spend so much money rolling on Genshin Impact that the company, like MiHoYo, is building like fusion generators with that profit. So they're building like high-end energy, like hypothetical end, because it's not like proven science yet, but they're building fusion generators, the money that they've essentially siphoned from this gambling pipeline. You could just watch horses. I was going to go watch horses today, and I fucked my morning up. But you could do that. But this is sort of like the ultimate concoction, is you got everything that, like, some lonely Japanese man loves. It's got gambling. It's a video game. So it's got that engagement. And it's got anime girls. And now all of these horses are based on, or are like named after, really. Some are based on, because some of the like horses are, you know, they try to match the personality of some horses, like Gold Ship and stuff like that, which is kind of like notorious for being a retarded. And then they kind of like replicated that in the game. Maybe we'll see that later when we do another spin. But that's like the ultimate combination. It's anime gambling with real gambling mixed into it. So it's like the perfect storm. And unsurprisingly, it was insanely successful in Japan, and now it's insanely successful for a game that's out for 2 weeks globally. So click through here. So this is another event card. So this is another opportunity to. They do swim in Olympic style pools. So they treat them like people, and like there's lore. Now the lore is obviously wait, they're actually so they're building a real casino in Osaka. Oh, so let's do the gym. This is what we're gonna do. Get some strength stats boosting. They also use like fucking inverted bench presses. So you can really, like, if you wanted to, you can go like 90% of this game is headcanon as far as the lore is concerned. Because like I said, the only thing they thought about was horse racing and anime girls. There's a show. The show has 3 seasons and a spin-off. And the show is based around, like, the real historical horse races that happen, like the rivalries and yada yada yada. It's just, obviously, it's got that anime coat of paint on it, right? So that's one of those things that you gotta factor in mentally when you think about this shit. But, like, they have their own goddesses, which you will see eventually. Because there's... So, like, they've essentially made it so that, like, the best way I can think about it is that, like, the horse girls are almost like a slave class people that solely exist for our entertainment. But like real horses, they're man's best friend. I want to get to the racing, for fuck's sakes. Okay, do another rat. No, sorry. We're gonna do a recreation so we can get that mood boost and an energy boost as well too. We got that. We're good. So like I said, a lot of stats, a lot of bullshit to manage through, a lot of text. But like I said, I do skip most of it, but we're suffering today because I got to drink this disgusting beverage. God, that's fucking vile. I think we can honestly skip the grape ones going forward. That is disgusting. Got our Oguri cap on as well too. I'm not gonna read any of the text because I'm gonna be yapping too much anyway. So you just get to read along with me mentally, while you also have to process 90% of the gibberish that comes out of my mouth. Because that's the kind of stream we got going on here. Oh fuck! I want to race. God damn it! Ah! I do need another Sapporo. I gotta finish this fucking garbage first, though. Oh, God! So, two options. So, you would do the top one. I feel like the top one's gonna be a good one. I don't think they've added performance-enhancing drugs yet. I think that might be, further down the line. Holy fucking shit. 2 events in one go. Let's go. I love reading. I love reading the word beef, pork, chicken. Beef, pork, chicken. Beef, pork, chicken. Ethan, Destiny, Hassan. Ethan, Hassan, Destiny. Let's go. True, that is true. Never mind, there is a character that uses performance-enhancing drugs, but because she's an evil scientist, somehow that has something to do with the horse, but... Holy fuck! Alright, tell you what, we're gonna suffer... We're not gonna suffer through it. We're just gonna fucking... We're gonna do a race. I need to finish this drink, and then watch an actual race. Oh, this one's fucking long too, so hold on. It's gonna take 10 minutes to get through. We don't skip it, so. Alright, level-headed. We'll take that, yeah. Yeah. Do we risk another one? No, we're gonna do wit, because then we get energy back for it. All science is evil, sir. I'm sorry to tell you this. Oh, we're skipping this too. I don't care. We can make her make a vase. See what that gives us. Stamina. Ooh, okay. Alright. So, we now have enough skill points to do something useful. So I didn't explain skill points. Or skills. So blue is always like an endurance recovery one. Obviously, it factors in different things. This one only works on long races. This one only works on corners. Yellow is usually like a special ability that causes you to get a boost. Green is something that happens. Like, it's an effect that happens at the start of the race. So, at the gates or immediately after the gates. That's true. You got a good point there. You do need science. And then red negatively affects other racers on the track, is what it is. So, those are all the kind of effects we have. So, I don't know what she is. So, excuse me. These are the stats. We're all at F right now, so we're all dog shit. And then down here, we have our affinities. So these are the kind of races and your style that work well. So she does good at turf. She's more of a medium and long distance runner. So we gotta, that stamina is going to affect that a little bit. So we got to pay attention to that. And then our style, we're only useful with like a pace runner. So we will pick that afterwards too. Like I said, a lot of things to think about. And every horse is different. That's a big deal. So we're going to do... what was she? She was a pace. We'll do the corner recovery. Just for shits and giggles. Because I feel like that's the only one that's kind of useful right now that we have. Alright. So, you're not guaranteed to win your debut race, but more often than not, you're going to win the debut race. So it's going to happen. So we have our one fan, which is me. And then now we race. So this is our little starting thing here. You can change your strategy. 3 circles and circles. I don't know what order this is, but this is factored in your number of skills, your affinity, and your stats. So that means that I have the best of all 3 of those things factored in there. So we're going to run it. And then we're going to run it full screen, baby. Let's go. And I think for this, I will turn off the beverage counter for a moment here, just so you can suffer through it. We're going to move this over a little bit. All right. So we are the number 1 favorites on this opener of opening races. And we're going to suffer through this. I will have this finished by the end of the race, I swear to God. We're just going to skip that little opening sequence. And we go. If we win a race, the crown goes on. That's the rule. So your strategy also factors in a lot of things. So stamina kind of matters for pace runners and starting runners because they maintain close to the top speed throughout the most of the race, front runners and pace runners, and late and end runners, you got to focus more on power because that's at that final stretch of the race, that's when they hit their top speed. And speed is your acceleration. Speed is your top speed, and power is your acceleration. So if you're not accelerating to the final stretch of the race, you want to have it so that your stamina is high so they can maintain it throughout the race, and then do that one last fucking burst at the end, and then you're good. And then you want to have all the strategies and skills built around that. Alright, still in 5th. This is the final stretch. We're going to get this shit. Watch this shit. Or we're going to lose one of the things. Never mind, we're packed at the front. And usually within the last 200 meters if they have a special ability. So it didn't activate, so it means we're probably just going to organically win. Or lose, we'll see. Too fucking easy. I lied. I swore to God I was going to finish the drink, but I didn't even sip it. Alright, so we got our first race in the fucking bag. So that means we can race randomly as well, too. Alright, first place. We're the champs. Give me that fucking crown. Now, we can raid. I didn't skip. Fuck, we're suffering through this shit. Okay, whatever. We got our first goal in the bag, baby. Let's go. And we have a fairly easy race coming up next. And we have 15 turns to do it. So, lots of skipping, lots of reading. It's gonna be fucking phenomenal. Are you feeling under the weather? And we lost our move. So, now we unlock more races. So now you can actually just race whenever you want, basically, as long as there's races to compete in. And the game will, depending on the setting you pick there, I picked the one that's, like, more optimized for fans. Winnable races that get you a lot of fans. That's sort of the option we went for. And it's going to recommend us, or it's going to highlight a race that will be recommended. Now, these are all, like, fucking mile races, and we're not a mile race horse, that's for sure. We're not about them short races. We like them fucking 2,000 meters or longer, so we're gonna arrest her. We already saw this one. We're gonna skip it. So we get all refresh, which is good. Oh, this is one we can skip to. This is the schizo journalist lady. So remember, she's not a horse, so we don't give a fuck. That's the important thing. Alright, I'm gonna put the counter back on. And I'm going to finish this. And that's about a quarter of the way left, and I can't be fucking bothered. So that's a win for me. I don't give a fuck what you say. This is my stream. It counts as a fucking finish. So we're 1-1. Alright, we're going to switch back to something good. Give me that crown! I might say the other word you're thinking of, though. See how many beers I get into here. This might be a terms of service violation of the stream. Thankfully, there's no planes in this game. There is a pilot horse, though. We'll do the extra training. Because we got the energy to deal with it, so we get that stamina up. More journalism. Listen, we don't like journalists here, okay? So that's just how it is. We respect the midget, though. So when it's got the exclamation mark, that's when you want to use it, because you get bonus stats from it. And it's usually tied into one of your support cards. And it bumps the friendship up for a specific character. And then when you max that out, good things happen. You get bigger stat boosts. So that's what you want to deal with. And it also, you get more shit when it comes to support card stuff. When things like this happen where you get bonus things, and then sometimes you get skills that way too. Shut up, woman. Here for horse racing. Alright, run something better. Oh god. That's an improvement. Fucking bonked yourself. That's a bizarre fucking event. So she bonked herself into a good mood. And then now I got a whole bunch of stat boosts. So one thing is all of the horses are retarded. Even the ones that are not supposed to be. Like, there's like ones that are specifically retarded. So, and then there's ones that are supposed to be something else, but still somehow are retarded. So horses are dumb and silly, and then they decided to be like, let's give that trait to women. People are gonna love this. People are gonna want to spend excessive amounts of money on this. Gonna make us bonk our heads. That's such a shift, though. I gotta complain about this again, but it's like, it's weird going from like diabetic water with vodka. Is this vodka? I don't even know. Are all of these vodka technically? It is alcoholic vodka beverage. Here's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna take the grape ones and throw those over here. And I think cherries would be better, but whatever. We'll add that to the queue. Oh, I'm already feeling a little cooked, boys. You know what? I don't know what the point of seltzers is. Like, somehow, as a society, especially women, we've been gaslit into thinking this is like the next best thing. Because it's like low calories, but it's got vodka in it, right? Like, not a lot of vodka, but it's like a high alcohol content. Now, it's not any cheaper than beer. Like, this 12-pack of like garbage was more money than getting the 2 Sapporos. And Sapporos are expensive by like domestic beer standards. Like, that's like, I could get like actual Coors for like $7 less than what I paid. Like, this is like $70 here. 65 something. At our lovely government cartel. But, you know, it is what it is. So we drove around in a car. Somehow horses can drive cars in this universe. And driving is nothing to sneeze at. That sounds like... Always gotta compliment women, gentlemen. You gotta neg them, then you gotta give them the compliments afterwards. That's how it works. I don't know. I haven't talked to a woman in several years, so I don't know if that's true anymore. But we'll pretend that I'm an expert because I'm an old man. Alright, we're gonna skip this too, because we've seen this 3 times already. Alright. Gotta get those stats up, baby. Let's go. I think they would. Because I feel like the horses are still, like, physically outperforming a regular human being. So it would only make sense that they would still use the term horsepower. Nutrient intake is necessary. That's true. I drink beer. You fucking... Well, feed you carrots. Girl power. So true. Some skill points. Throw in that extra training there. I think we do have a race. I think there was a race on this turn that we can do. So we're gonna do that. We'll get the extra speed in there, and then we will. Holy shit! 3. Hopefully you can read as fast as I can, because I'm just fucking ripping through this right now. Family runs a daycare center. So, the official lore states that there's no known horsemen, only horse girls. So, with that information, you can connect the dots as you will. And like I said, like, this is basically like a horse girl grooming simulator in the modern definition of grooming. But from my understanding, that this is sort of like an inversion of the trope, so to speak, because it is in fact you who is getting groomed by the horse. All right. It's enough heavy breathing, Super Freak. Alright, I think there's a race. Oh, there is. This is the lowest rank race you can enter. And we're just gonna fucking dominate. It's gonna happen. No bucket required, baby. Bucket go! There's a horse that has a Spanish name. So I appreciate that, like, the Japanese were like, fuck it. Mexican luchador. Alright, we got this. Alright. So like I said, we're a pace racer, so we're already near the front of the pack this early, so we're gonna win. It's gonna happen. Get the crown. That's my stimming, yeah. That's how we do it. Let's go! Money on this race! I got one whole dead president on this race. One whole George Washington. Let's go. Let's make that into 2 George Washingtons. I was like, where did my crown go? And I realized it was in my hand. Oh, we're already cooked, boys. I'm only drinking 2 drinks and a half. 2.5 drinks now. Oh, fuck. Technically 2. Alright. Alright, we're in the lead. Let's go! Easy. Too easy. Oh, wait, we're gonna lose. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, ho, ho. Woo! Almost lost to the fucking luchador. No, no, no. It's my dub. Gotta get those stats up. Gotta get those fans up. I'm gonna take credit for the win because it was my win. Alright. So much fucking words! Alright, so we're gonna keep the money. It's my win. So this is another one of those. I don't remember what I run through this a million times every time I race. I just don't remember what I get for what. I think you get a skill for that you should treat yourself to something tasty. And we just want to have that list of skills. We just want to have those options, you know? No, but that was good. We got energy out of it, so we want energy. I don't know if you read that, but he was talking about how she dreamt of you as a child. So yeah, that's like scary mommy energy. So that whole name, that's just the one word right there. That's Matakana Fukahitaru. Fukahitaru. Let's go. There's also a, not in the game yet, but there is a Matakana Tannhauser, which is a fan favorite character of the Chinese. So all the memes you see with her are from the I almost said Red Republic. Yes, the Mambo memes. You got it. I think the Big Yell is the better option if I recall correctly. Alright, holy fuck. Okay, we gotta drink more. So, I'm wearing a sweater right now. We're in a heat wave. Now, If I went outside, I would die immediately. However, because we're in a heat wave, I have no control over my air conditioning. And now that I'm, so it's freezing to the point where I have a blanket on right now. You can't see it, but I am going to take that off because now that I've been drinking a whole bunch of booze, I'm fucking burning up. Oh, Christ almighty. Wow, we got nothing. That's fine. Okay. So we got our stamina up to E, which is a good thing. But we want to focus on, so like I said, stamina good. Because we got long races ahead of us. Yeah, shut up, woman. I don't talk to journalists, okay? I don't talk to my rivals, okay? I skip those. I skip those tests. But we also got to focus on power. And like I said, these three here, so speed, stamina, power, important. Guts, important only in long races. Wit, kind of important, but as you can see, we've done 1 wit training, and we're almost at F+. It kind of does bump itself up organically. Excuse me, so we can ignore that for the most part. We're just going to focus on the important shit. And that important shit's going to win races for us. But we're probably going to crash out. This is another, excuse my rival speech. Don't give a shit. You are a midget. Stay away from Spider-Man costumes, please. We will probably crash out probably at the Tenno show. So we're fucked for that, I think. But that's just because that's just how it is. This is like a fresh run for me. I haven't actually played a game yet with the Happy Creek, so or Super Creek, sorry, I'm mixing up characters. But I digress. Oh, didn't want to do that, but it happens. Yep, you're a journalist, I don't care. Yeah, we're gonna do extra training. Yep. We've seen this 3 times already. Ugh. Another rivalry one. We want to see her handbook. Yep. Get the stat bump. Yep. Rest. I've done it all. I've been through it all before. Oop. Skipped through the New Year's speech, so we missed a lot of that, but I apologize. We want praise from mommy. We're sad and lonely. And that's gonna be, I think, skill points. Supernatural phenomena. Right? Yep, see? Skill points. I know how it works. I know how. I got it all down to a science. I read the guides. I got the poor Twitter translation of Japanese tweets. I know how it all works, dog. Okay. Gotta drink more. I'm not drinking enough, Chad. I don't know what to tell you. Stamina training upgrade. Let's do power. Standing squats. Journalists, don't care. We're working on strength. Get the strength boost. So we're gonna, we'll do wit training because I don't want to waste it all on a rest right before the race. And it doesn't use stamina. And we got a friendship play. So there we go. So that's probably going to be useful. I don't know what the next race is. When I grow up, I want to be an Umamusume just like you. Only counts if she's a horse, though. That's the important thing. I got my crown on, right? Yeah, okay. I can't see myself on screen anymore. I can't see my dumb face in the corner. Let's run together one day. So you don't get to create your own horse girl because all of these horses are based on like real horses that either are alive still or are historical racehorses from like actual like Japanese horse racing. Some of them are men, but obviously there are no men in this game, so they are horse girls. What you can tell, actually, which is the giveaway only on the first batch of horses. So this rule doesn't apply to ones they've added since, but the bow on what if so it's on the left side, it means that it was a male horse, or I guess the right side because it's facing away. Yeah. Exactly. It's like the boat was real and is now sitting in the bottom of the Pacific, but it was real. Whereas the horse also was real. And with the exception of one horse in this game, because it was the horse is sort of like a cult hero of sorts for horse racing. All of these horses in some capacity are champions. Yet, see, that I'm not 100% sure on, is that, like, are they reincarnated as horse girls? Because it does seem to be contradictory, you know what I mean? It says they are, eh? Wow, okay. Good to know. Like, can you imagine that, though? Like, you're a horse. Like, your gold ship, for example. Right? Who's still alive. But, like, you're a horse that has, like, statistically knocked up more horses than I've spoken to women. Had a conversation with women. And it's still, you know, that number's going up because the horse is still alive. And it's just like, welcome. You can speak English, but you're a woman now. But I guess it's like, you're a horse, so you don't really comprehend that, right? The horses are smart, but they're not that smart, right? You know? Crown's not sitting on. Heavy weighs the crown. Keeps falling off my fucking head. So this is the big race. The first big race. Fucking, god damn it. You know, I'm gonna take it off and drink. So yeah, we're gonna do JMMA rules. So the crown comes off when the crown is being challenged, and then I get it back if I win, or it stays on the table. All right. Our horse mommy, our mommy daughter wife is what it is. All right, we're favorite. It's an open race. We got this in the fucking bag. Let's go. We got my bent piece of paper. Let's skim our way through. All right, I believe. Oh, excuse me. Nice 2,200 meters. Let's go. Now, it's also my understanding that all of these horses, with the exception of like one or two, in the lower tier races, they're just made up horse names. But those are like real, like that's the kind of thing if I went to like Woodbine Racetrack, like Cupid Shoot and like Give Me One Love are the kind of names you would see for a horse for sure. Alright, we're just fucking dominating right now. Let's go. I want to put the crown on now, but I can't leave it at the chance, you know? Unpredictable game. At 1 mile. Keep that. You gotta make that lead bigger. Gotta dominate this fucking race. Alright. Oh. Alright, they closed the gap a little bit there, but we're good. Didn't even have to use your fucking special. Just fucking destroyed them. Too easy. Crown goes back on. Then we're gonna get fucking destroyed in the next race, watch. I predict a 4th place. It's okay, we got a top 5, we progress, I'm pretty sure. Alright, get more fans. How do you win a race and be sad? Time to open this crap. Emergency checkup. Alright, there we go. Damn, she got health problems. Oh, so I guess this is probably something canonical to the actual racehorse. Like it, we'll have to do some light reading later on Wikipedia. Damn it! I don't want to win and be sad. This is not. It's not what I wanted from this experience. And then I gotta fucking. So you get afflictions. That means we gotta waste turns in the fucking infirmary to get rid of it. Holy shit! We get. Oh, never mind. We don't have that. Okay. Under the weather. Okay, so she just has a fucking handicap. It's fucking. I hate this game already. Even though I've been playing it 2 weeks straight. Oh, god damn it. Alright, we're gonna get her all refreshed. It's fine. Yeah. I don't care. Midgets and rivals and mood. Right, there we go. Okay. Let's get that power up to 200. And then it's back to just stamina and speed, stamina and speed. Let's go. I don't care. So that's the horse girl goddess statue. So this will happen sporadically throughout your game. So you get to pick previous horses you've won with or had like successful career runs with, which is 90% of the time you fucking just crash out. And then you get stat boosts based on what skills they had, what skills they inherited from previous races and stuff like that. And then you unlock like different skills and stuff like that. So now we get right-handed, so we can add that. That's a new skill we got. We got a big speed boost there. And we actually got a decent amount of shit this time around, so that's not so bad. And now we're at the sad stuff again. I'm not drunk enough for this. Oh god. So, it may not look the part. I may not look the part. But I was an athlete once. I've played rugby league at a national level. I'm a cap athlete. And I'll tell you what, like, I was a sore winner. I was like one of those guys that was like, I would win, and then I'd be like a huge asshole about it. I don't know why. It's just like, maybe it's something to do with like the environment you're in rugby, but like, I like to think that I'm like a very, I won't say I'm a reserved person because like I'm very much like an obnoxious idiot, but when I get really competitive, like oh, this is another fucking rival skip session. Let's go. Look at all those words we didn't have to click through this time. So we got to do more races because we need more fans. You can see that criteria there. You know what it's telling us? We've got to race this open, but we have a perfectly acceptable graded 2 race that we can enter. And probably not win, but we're still the favorite, so I don't know what the fucking, I don't know what this game's going on about. So we gotta hit that minimum, and then we want the skill points we get for placing. Podium obviously gets you more skill points, the more difficult the race is. So this is the second highest grade for racing. So, we want that. Alright. Alright, the crown's gotta come off. Forgot about that. Thank you, Gravity. As I was saying, anyway, like, I like to think myself as, like, a somewhat reserved person, but, like, in, like, a sporting environment, like, I'm very much a, I won't, like, no one's ever described me as a rat, but, like, I'm very much a person who is not afraid of a little bit of gamesmanship. I do enjoy a little bit of gamesmanship. And if that, like, I'd be the guy that, like, would be scrumming in rugby, and I'd, like, be undoing shoelaces. Like, I'd be reaching down and undoing shoelaces. That it normally gets you punched in the face for that. But, you know. Actions have consequences. And you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? It's not against the rules. Is it poor sportsmanship? Depends on who you ask, but... Like, if I was a horse girl in this hypothetical situation, like, someone's getting palmed in the face. Like, there's gonna be someone I'm passing, and I'll be like, oops. Didn't mean to poke you in the eye there. Alright, here we go. Last stretch. Got this. 3rd place. We can pull ahead. We got this. 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 Come on, you can pass her. Let's go! Ah. Maybe 2nd? Yeah, we got 2nd. Okay. The crown can't go back on, but that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. For a horse that's dying, according to the 2 or 3 sad cutscenes we just had to sit through, that wasn't too bad. And I'm sure that got us close to our oh, we hit our case. There we go. We only needed 1 race. There we go. Boom. This game doesn't know what it's talking about. Recommended. Shut up, dog. It's alright. Let's use this motivation for next time. She's got to get that power up, I think. You know, she didn't have the... Didn't accelerate fast enough for my liking. Back in the fucking gym. Let's go. Okay. I don't even know why I put this counter on the screen. Like, we're not hitting. We're not hitting anything. We're not hitting any real numbers on this. I don't have the strength. I don't know if you can customize your stables. I think knowing that that's sort of the route that all these games have been going, as far as like having like a customizable area, like a 3D area and stuff like that, like it might be something that already exists in Japan. Because keep in mind, we're 4 years behind the Japanese game. Now everything we're getting, look at a stereotype. I found a super delicious taco place. Like, I get it. You're fucking Mexican. I understand. It'll happen. If it isn't already a thing in the game, it'll be up there soon enough. Yeah. Like, people love, like, that's a mode they're adding into Girls Frontline too. Like, you can customize your little Arknights land ship they have in the game. And then, I don't know when it's happening. And 11%, we can beat those odds. We fucking lost, and she drowned. It's okay. You're already a fucking health hazard on your own. Back in the hospital. What was that one meme they had? It's like, my body's a machine that turns 1% into failure. I wish I had those odds. I'd be fucking rich. True stories of Shawa Umamusume. So that was an interesting thing I noted there too, because she said she had a brother. Now, one thing I've also read is that two humans could have a horse girl in this universe as well too. So either like you're getting cucked by one of these mysterious, non-existent horsemen, or, you know, just a natural phenomenon. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with the latter. Hold on, we're gonna get that fucking. We're gonna get that good stat. We gotta have that mood up, boys. This is a positive night. Alright, so now it's summer camp. So this is where you kind of want to just like grind stats out. So you get two of these per run essentially. And then essentially what it is that like if you noticed, hold on, give me a sec here. Let's skip that now. I don't talk to human women, sir. I only talk to horses. You can see, like, obviously these get upgraded. I would probably say it is the latter because we're, you know, again, we're playing a game in a universe where there's like a trinity of horse goddesses. So spontaneous horse girls make sense. That actually does make a lot of sense. Reincarnation decides when it's time. Look at a draw, you get a free baby. You're having a kid, and you're like, oh boy, I hope I have a CEO for a child. And you're like, fuck, it's got to run around a track for the rest of its life. Now I'm doomed to have a son-in-law who is a fucking horse groomer. Alright, we're gonna do the extra training again. 4 times now we've had this. Remember, some of these cutscenes are redundant. I skipped through half of that too. Alright, we're gonna say cool spell. We're gonna teach the witch who doesn't like vegetables. Does magic exist in the universe? I was gonna say, because witches exist IRL too. However, that's just white women. That's just white women. Shit. Yeah, it's fucking okay. Alright. Now we got our summer camp. Now we got those big stat boosts. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna win. We're gonna overcome this handicap of her just having like terminal horse problems. Hold your horses. Oh, I forgot to make that joke. So, that reminds me. That reminds me of an important thing. So, you're familiar with FAFA, right? Fuck around, find out. Allow me to introduce HAFO, which is your horse around. You find out. I thought it was hilarious when I thought it up, because that's just the kind of person I am. I laugh at my own jokes that I think of in my head. And then I will send it to somebody over Instagram and be like, God, they must think I'm a genius. Do horse girls eat? So yeah, it's implied that we did just sit through a little cutscene where they talked about going out for tacos. So we'll get our speed up to where we want it to be. Get that into, yeah. There's a little event midway through where there's like a lottery, and then your you get carrots for it. And then if you get a bushel of carrots, you get a big stat boost. So maybe they just prefer carrots, you know what I mean? I'd fuck with a carrot taco. I think that'd be pretty good. Alright, we gotta finish this. Hold on. We're gonna pump those numbers up. Alright. I'm just too busy yapping. Alright, so as we know, the grape was awful. I can only imagine, so orange is probably going to be the best out of the 3. We're going to try the cherry. And I've had enough drinks now where it might go down a little bit easier, but I can only assume this will be only like nominally better than the grape, and I couldn't finish the grape. So holy shit, let me I gotta check something momentarily here. Alright, so we got our little summer event happening. Get a little stat boost. Remember, she's got a terminal case of horsing around. I honestly probably should have a beer hat on. Like, I'm doing such a terrible job drinking these. I spent money on this. I could have spent $70 on rolls that were, you know, I'm not going to get the SSR. On 2 rolls. And these are just going to sit in the fridge until the next stream, probably. So remember, she's got a terminal case of horsing around, so now I, as the self-inserted trainer, am physically fitter than she is. And that says a lot here, because I'm back in the gym now, and I'll tell you what, it's my cardio ain't what it used to be, I'll tell you that much. So I ain't out running a horse. Even a dying horse. I ain't out running a horse, girl. Yeah. So. Holy shit. Together, we'll become an unstoppable team. There you go. That's what it's all about. It's all about those power words or whatever, I don't know. Okay, there's some cliches, summer event stuff here. So we can do a sumo wrestling tournament, or we can go on a ghost hunt. Now, in another one of my Gooner games, we have a ghost hunting event to the point where it's fucking just Luigi's Mansion with tits and psychotic lesbians, but so let's do the ghost hunt. I'm not going to ask you. You guys are dumb. I don't know what the fuck you have to say about anything. Alright, we're going ghost hunting. Alright, guts went up. There we go. It's not how the stat works, but whatever. Okay, so... do power. And that should be good. How do we fail that? Oh, my fucking god. Alright. I'm gonna drink this cherry. This smells absolutely disgusting. Oh, God. That might be... hold on. Oh, that might actually be worse than the grape. Well, Christ. Hold on, we gotta change numbers. I just realized that. Oh god, dollar bill. Okay. Well, I did say seltzer cringe. I just didn't expect to actually have to physically recoil in cringing every time I take a sip of it. Alright, let's make a rest, because... oh, fuck. Okay, so now we got that. Now we got multiple afflictions from summer camp. We're cooked. So the good news is the horsing around might be just lifted out, hopefully. Okay. Nope, we still got a terminal case of horsing around. So all of her events so far, where it's just her, like I'm kind of skipping through them, but like if you want the summary, it's like, how can I seduce this adult man with the power of being a mom? Holy fuck, we're cooked. Alright, so gotta go to the infirmary. Gotta get rid of that other ailment. It's not gonna happen. We're fucked. Oh, maybe we're good. Okay, so we got rid of at least one status problem. Okay. I'm gonna have to bail on this one, guys. That's terrible. I will jump to an orange, though. We're not gonna quit. That shit out of my face. Alright, All right, we'll try an orange. Like I can handle artificial orange flavor. I drink Monster Energy all the time. See, that already smells infinitely better. This is like $30 not well spent. Like, I'm just gonna leave the other ones in front of a women's shelter. So there's going to be 3 prompts for this one, because again, I've sat through it a million times. We're going to say, I don't think there is anything, because we're going to get the skill boost. Yeah. Yes, and she's got hair. Yeah. Okay, we're skipping this shit. Shake it out. Okay, I lied. It wasn't a skill boost. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So I just realized something. So we're almost at 2 hours of the stream, and we're only on the 3rd race. Now, we've done other races, but we're only on the 3rd actual race. Alright, 5%. I'll take those odds. There we go. She's not drowning this time. No journalism. Okay, so we got skills to add. So let's double up on right-handed, because that one's actually pretty useful. Obviously not all courses are right-handed, but most of them are. Most of the big ones are. So let's do speed. We got the D rank. Yeah. Thank you for the upgrade. Cool. Alright, now we'll race. Yeah, see, it's a right. Yeah, now we have an actual long race. So, not wearing the crown. We didn't win the other race. That's fine. So what she's saying is that I should have focused all on power because it's a long race. Okay. Strength of our bond. It's true. There's science behind. So now we're fucked here, though, right? So we're 7th place. So dash is the lowest like stat you can have as far as the professional analysis. So we're probably gonna crash out here. Now you do get 3 chances if you don't hit a minimum. You get there's a little alarm clock item you can get, and the alarm clock. You get your first try for free, and then any subsequent try until the game refreshes, which I think is like, it's midnight in Japan, so I think it's like 10 a.m. for us. Or some shit like that. And now we're at like a higher grade race. So now we got like actual characters wearing their race outfits. So we're probably cooked here. 11 a.m. Okay, so we got our right-handed boost there, so that you get a stat boost from the jump is how that works. So I believe we got it. So we're gonna get at least 3rd. We're gonna get the 3rd. I don't know why I have a spoon on the table here. Like, not a thing. I don't know why it's here. I don't live in the West Coast. I'm not an opioid addict, so I don't know why that's there. Throw that over there. Alright. We're doing alright. But again, this is a long race, so we could crash out. It's entirely possible. Because like half the pack is like hanging out in the back right now. So those are all going to be people that are going to rush. Alright, I think it's all like you're fire right now. Alright, we're in the top 4 at least, so we're good. We got a big gap. Got a big gap. Let's go. See, it's my understanding that it still applies to the West Coast, but the West Coast generally gets more proper heroin just because of the that side of the continent is more adjacent to Asia, where the heroin comes from. But on the East Coast, our opioid epidemic is more prescription drugs. Now, that doesn't matter because that's like a Western problem in general, is people being fucking addicted to painkillers, but over-the-counter fucking, not over-the-counter, but I guess like easily accessible prescription painkillers. Alright, we got the leads, but like we're in the final corner here, so we gotta believe, guys. Gotta get that topic. I want the dub, though. I want to put the crown back. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Why? But like, why would you want heroin when you can have Bello? Oh, we just fucking annihilated it. Alright, give me the crown. It is my understanding that there are literal, like, areas of Massachusetts, since it's funny that you brought up New England, because there's areas of Massachusetts, like, small town Massachusetts, that are just, like, rocked with, like, opioid abuse. Like, people, like, kids are dying. Like, it's just a fucking nightmare. Oh, alright, so we got it done. So, winning G1 races is good, because you see these items here. You need these to kind of upgrade your stats, your base stats, before you're doing the running and stuff like that. Shoes you need, and then you get these banners here too. And now, what is kind of bullshit is that these banners are specific to this race, this Kikuya show. So I have to, like, for certain characters, like I'm pretty sure Super Creek's going to be one of them, I got to keep winning this race to get enough of this one specific banner to upgrade her. So, like, on top of it being a very, and I'm trying to terms of service our words, a very greedy game, as far as, like, you know, if you want to optimize the game, you got to open the wallet, right? You got to, like, where did I put it? You gotta surrender these, man. You gotta surrender the money, the dollar bills. Or yen, or whatever fucking nonsensical money we have here. Your leaf shekels, quote unquote. That's what we call it around these parts. Or monopoly money. So I gotta put the crown on, I apologize. Good enough. So yeah, we were the 7th favorite, and we got the dub, and she's dying. We got the stat bump, or we have the handicap, so. And we didn't have great fucking stats. That's great. Alright, we got it. Round. Doesn't like to stay on. Okay, we're good. Alright, we're going until we crash out. I was gonna be like, hey, we'll get multiple races in, but I don't know how to shut up, so we're gonna do it. All right. All right, so we're gonna get more dubs. We're gonna go all the way to the end. We're gonna carry this to the very end, I believe. We gotta race that Grand Prix, baby. Gonna go to Nakayama and get that win. So historically, and you can see this if you watch Cinderella Grey, which is the spin-off that's mostly centered around Oguri Cap here, is that these 3 horses, so Super Creek, Tamamo Cross, and Oguri Cap, all had like a very historic rivalry. And I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this was like the 70s and 80s. So like, these horses are long dead. But you know, there was like an actual like, you know, there's a rivalry there. You know what I mean? There was that era. You know, for people who are like me, who are of the earth, you know, this is like the Gordon Earnhardt rivalry. This is the Paul Tracy versus reality rivalry. If you were an indie champ car guy back in the day. There we go. So there we go. We survived under the weather, and we got like an actual positive thing. I have a thing here. I don't know why I want to show this, but I found them earlier when I was doing some cleaning. I keep forgetting I have these, but I have fucking anime / gacha game character stickers while they are wearing various NASCAR / IndyCar race jackets. So we've got Asuna from Blue Arca with the Paul Tracy. I was just reminded of it. We got Freerin with the Jimmy Johnson jacket, very cool. We got Calcit from Arknights with the Bobby Labonte jacket, the fucking Interstate Batteries one. That's a classic one. And then we got the Saba with the I forget who it is. Fuck, he was a guy who raced for Earnhardt. Steve Park. I remember these things. Anyways, I thought it was fitting considering it's, you know, we're watching anime girls going around in circles, and it's an anime girl who was wearing a jacket from a sport involving going around in an oval, right? The parallels, they're incredible. So, 2 hours of this shit. Holy fuck. Alright, let's keep going. We got more races to do. Got a race in the Rima Keenan. Thankfully, it's only 3 turns to get that. Now, that's bad, because already we were, like, underpowered for a G1 race. So now we got to place 3rd on a G1 race. And then we got to do it again the next year and win it. And that's where we're going to get cooked on it. So. Damn, she's poor and short. Sad. Pathetic even. Always going to be a second fiddle to good old Oguri Cap here. But it's okay. Anyways, if you haven't watched the show, you should watch the show. It's really good. I'm sure you've all seen the memes if you're at all anime adjacent, but they put a lot of, you know, money and effort into the animations. So you get to see lots of cool effects. It's like Solo Leveling if Solo Leveling wasn't boring as fuck. And this is coming from somebody who's like read and enjoyed Solo Leveling. I read the novel even too, because I'm a fucking loser, but the show is boring. And I watched the Arknights anime. And that's boring. And that's more enjoyable than Solo Leveling. Like, Solo Leveling is just like aura farming boring. That's all it is. They somehow were like, how do I make this comic, which is just like bright colors, boring? And they were like, hold my fucking beer, buddy. And then somehow it wins. Like, that's how you know, like, your average fucking anime tourist isn't fucking anything. Like, you had Freerin, you had Absolute Kino, which was a phenomenal adaptation of a very phenomenal series, which, you know, it's still like your generic J-fantasy nonsense, but, you know, it's a good story. It's very well written. Even for, you know, like Japanese cartoon slop, the characters are interesting. It's funny. It's got a lot of things. It's got a morality play, which your average tourist just can't understand. Because, you know, their reality is Twitter, and they don't understand anything beyond Twitter, so they don't understand the concept of absolute evil, because they've never been to church once in their life. But I don't know. I digress. So I gotta piss real bad, so we're gonna take a break, because I've been yapping for 2 hours. We're gonna jump into the dance room, and then you're gonna suffer through. Like, I wish I had a headset on. No, you know what? Never mind. I take back everything I was about to say. Ignore all the thoughts and words coming out of my mouth. And then we will, you know what? Let's put the Daytona USA theme on, because I feel like we're talking about going around in circles, and that's a phenomenal video game experience about going around in circles. So I'll be back in a couple minutes, and then we will continue this, and we'll see how far we can get with our lovely Super Creek run. Okay. I'm thinking we're back. I'm reminded of a dream I had somewhat recently. And it was... There was a new game in the Daytona USA series, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the announcer voice. And I woke up, and I was really sad that it didn't exist. So, if Sega needs an idea guy, like, hit me up. Listen, you can make all the money you want. You have all this money from fucking pachinko machines and UFO catchers. I know how you guys work. You're barely better than Konami in that sense. However, if you need the guy who's gonna help you spend that money, talk to me. He's a quirked up white boy who wants a new Daytona USA game, and You know, like let me be your guy. You know, I got all the good ideas. Anyways, so I just noticed something here. So you see this little glowing thing on the train? So that means that we've maxed enough friendship that we get a huge burst in the stat. So that's a good thing. That's what we want. However, we basically got just over a 1 in 3 chance of failing this. So do I do it? Do I take that risk with only 3 turns left before the race? I'm thinking we're gonna roll on it. I think we lost on that 5%. I think that, like, yeah, exactly. Yes, I feel like the odds are forever in our favor on this one. Let's go. I believe. Oh, we did it. Huge. Okay. Get that big speed boost. And we get steadfast. I think that might be one worth investing in. We don't care. Happy Creek sucks. Just lose, bro. So this is a horse that is not real. Sorry. That it is a horse that is now real. Because there's a real horse named after the character in the game. That is your rival for the final race. So we're going to rest up on this one. Actually, you know what? We should have... we're going to risk it with the normal. We're going to go for another speed. Because I'm dumb. Let's split up and look for her. I don't know what we're doing. We're looking for another midge. Alright. We got a pretty decent stat boost from that one. Okay. So we can't really buy anything with the amount of skill points you have right now. We don't have a lot of like late race skills, so the other one doesn't matter. This is another long race. So this is the big one. Big year-end race in horse racing. Alright, we got the triple rivalry. Like I said, there's a historical precedent for this. And unfortunately, so we don't have a 3-star Happy Creek yet. So this is sort of the generic race outfit. And once you hit 3 stars, once you've rolled enough duplicates or bought the stars and stuff like that in the game, then you can unlock her actual skin. And then you also get a big improvement under her special ability and stuff like that as well too, which is cool. So there is a precedent, since we're using that word now. Oh, we're fucking not a favorite, but listen, we won that other race. We're only one down on the list, so let's go. I believe. I choose to believe. We gotta take the crown off. Set it aside. We take our nicotine pouch. All 11 grams of it. We stick it in our fucking yapper. We hit that big green race button. And then we go. Alright. We got this in the bag, I believe it. We're gonna get top 3 bare minimum. I feel it. I can feel it. So I think both of the... So we have 2 rivals in this one, obviously. We got a Guri Cap and we got Tamamo Cross, but I think they're late. Yeah. You can see him back of the pack here. But that doesn't mean anything. It's still we're not even a third of the way through the race yet. So we gotta believe. We gotta hope that stamina stat does what we need it to do. Yeah, like that there gold ship. She was moved up from the back. She's closing the gap between the 2 packs. So it's probably good to invest in that corner recovery, because we're going to need that probably in the next fucking 2 turns. We're going to keep up this fucking race. Alright, you can see both of them here still. So they're still at the back. Doesn't mean anything yet, but we're the final third. I think we're going to at least beat them. I don't see them breaking through that entire pack. Never mind, we got Tamamo running. Sorry, Tam Tam, as she is referred to in the story events. Breaking up to the front there. Yeah, she's fucking cleared the whole pack. Alright, we got this, we got this, we got this. She's closing in. Oh, fuck. God, we won. Woo! Crown is back on, baby. And we're going to lose the next one if we get there. Okay, I'm going to chug this orange. It's not very chuggable. We got most of the way through it, though. Woo. That was big. That was actually gigantic. Ooh. Huge fucking upset. Rivals? We don't have rivals in this fucking game, buddy. Number one. Back-to-back G1 wins? Let's fucking go. Yeah. We got the Osaka High. Fucking sore loser. Fucking womanlit. For second place, bro. And Oguri Cap just wants food, so he doesn't give a fuck about losing. See, that's the shit I'm talking about, dog. Like, that's what it is. It's only dubs. And then we just got, like, a fucking mountain of G1 aces to go. I don't care about your problems, Midge. Excuse me. Alright, let's get the shrine visit in. Alright, year 3. Let's go. We're just gonna dominate it. We're gonna dominate it. I believe. So we have 3 options. We can have a Saintly Awakening, Burst of Vigor, and a Domestic Upgrade. Now, my understanding, this is a stat burst. This is energy, and this is skill points. So we don't have a lot of skills, but we do need the stats. So I'm gonna flip a coin out. I have a coin here. So we're gonna say heads is stat burst. That was awful. I'm gonna try that again. I didn't even see what it landed on. That's a head. So we're gonna do the stat burst. Very saintly. 10,000 year empire. This is gonna be. There we go. Never. Fuck! It's energy. Damn it. They trick me every time with these colors. All right. More speed. What do we want? So this is our raffle, so we'll see what we get. I'm probably just gonna get 1 carrot. I can feel it. Let's see what we get, baby. 1 carrot. Quality produce. Ooh, organic. We should have got the domestic upgrade, right? We think we're training her to be a champion, but she's really training us to be a husband, is what it is the mindset, the mindset. The horse mindset. We're horsing around, and we're getting dangerously close into finding out. Alright, we can get that power up, I think. Get everything up to... Ooh. No skill, though. Okay. Oh, a little Valentine's Day event. Let's go. Very wholesome. Literally, this is what it feels like when you take a nicotine pouch after not having stock for 3 days. And you also can't feel your feet. Like, the numbness just goes down to your toes, bro. Transcends reality, bro. It's like that one idiot, that one edit. Yeah, I haven't said idiot. One edit of like Bobby Hill, who's like fucking, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? He's having like an out of body experience. That's what it feels like. So that's how I imagine those chocolates right now. Is we're having a Bobby Hill experience. From King of the Hill, of course. For all you ingrates out there who don't watch Kino. That's another one in the bag. True. That is the feeling with Super Creek calls you a good boy. Alright. Technically, we only finished 2 of these fucking dog shit seltzers, so we're gonna say 2. We're gonna be honest. There's gonna be video evidence, assuming the stream doesn't get taken down for something stupid I said. Damn, irreplaceable partner. The insinuations are strong. Oops. I'm being groomed. Alright, we get that special ability upgrade. We're up to rest this one, I think. Yeah. Give me that energy recovery. Oop. So we should probably... What I'm going to do is we're going to get the stamina burst here. Get that friendship bonus. And then on the last turn... Now, it's my understanding that that one horse we saw there, who's not in-game yet, Gold City, that is one of Gold's ship's kids, who is the son of Majiro McQueen. So there is technically 3 generations of horse in this game that are technically the same age. Because this is not inherently a reflection of reality, so... Gold City. You lost to a poor midget. You're dog shit. Sad. Fucking phone's going off. Go that with the shitty fucking great drinks. Alright. We got a stat boo. We got... Oh, keen eye. I don't know if that's any good. Alright. We got a lot of stuff here. Nothing particularly good. Now, what is our next race? What is the... I don't know what it is. We're gonna wait. Hold on. We're gonna do a recreation so we can get that mood stat up. I noticed we've been sitting on normal for a while, and like I said, that plays it for good. Skip. Holy words. Okay. This race is... It's a medium race, so we did have a skill that was for medium tracks that we could get, which was steadfast. So that's if we get past it activates. Okay. Let's hope same thing happens. We have a very well, I'm sure they're like elves if that's the lifespan, but it's like they're not each other's kid. Like as far as I know, like obviously IRL, yeah, no problem, but it's like when you play the interactions between at least like the McQueen and Goldship, like it's like they're friends, but they're not like family. So this is gamesmanship here. So she's not racing with her, but she's like, listen, I'm gonna fuck with you a little bit. I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna psych you out a little bit. Because you're only the 8th favorite to this race. Stats, dog shit. Stats for the last race, dog shit. Doesn't matter though. I guess horse shit in this case. Whatever. Alright. Count fell off, but I wasn't paying attention. Gotta come down. Remember, we're doing JMMA rules. You pick the belt off for the fight. Yeah, I gotta earn it back. That's why. This ain't no UFC, dog. You're gonna be sitting on that belt forever, that's for sure. Alright. Racing in Osaka, let's go. Okay, we had a good start. We're at the front of the pack. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything, but we can keep it consistent. This is a shorter race than the last one. And we've been focusing on speed, so that's a good thing. That's bad. We got rushed. Now that means we got like pressured by the pack, and now we lost a bunch of endurance. Now we're getting past. So we gotta hope that that's enough of an. Now that that's level 3, we gotta hope that's enough of like an endurance boost that we can at least get third. All right, we're halfway through. Maintaining 5th. Bubble. My paper go. I threw it. Oh, we gotta skim. We're back in 3rd. We got this. Let's fucking go. We got this. Now we do got a crowd to fight through, so it's okay, we're passing through. Okay, we got this in the bag. Never mind, I lied. We're gonna win this one. Never mind. Oh wait. Fuck, we got 4th. So that's normally not bad. However, the requirement was 3rd. So we're gonna have to run it back. So we got 3 tries. We're down to 2. Much like that Dale Earnhardt dream I had, it was only a dream. Alright, we got this. Let's go. We got this. We got this shit in the bag. We're good. We're good. I believe. Good thing I can't bet real money on this, because we would have cooked there. Alright, we got this. We got this. Good start. That's important. Pushing to the front of the pack again. Now, I bet if she didn't get rushed, we probably would have at least got like 2nd on that one, I think. Because that was at this turn too, like it was really early on. Okay, so we got the endurance boost, no rush. We're at the front of this front pack. That's good. That's good. That's what we want. What we want. Shouldn't have touched the crown, but pressure's on, baby. Let's go. Okay, on the outside of that pack. Okay, good. All right. Air Groove and Tokai Teo ahead of us. So we gotta beat the... Okay, we got third. Alright, pull. Stream continues. Longest stream yet? Let's fucking go. I think my longest stream was officially just over 2.5 hours. Which was me playing Arcade. Whew. Alright. No, we only hit the minimum requires on that? Yeah, so something about can't break the pack. That's fine. That's fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, guys. Don't worry. Shut up, Midge. Is that considered a slur on YouTube according to terms of service? Now we have one turn. I'll be here all night if we want. Alright, that's good. We got a fucking inspiration. Divine Providence and Superior Horse Ancestry. Truly blessed. Alright, we got a big whip boost, which is probably good, because I noticed that we only activated one ability. Got the Fan Fest going on. Bitch got mind games. That's all she's got. He just wants to be a mom. That's not really something you can explain to your rivals. Like, why do you race? Why do you compete? Doesn't work. We're too smart. We're the team, baby. Let's go. I stand them both. That's a fucking, that's a Crunchyroll translation. There was fun. Cringe. If you think your lovey-doveyness is enough to beat a hunger-driven run like mine, then you're in for a shock. You're shit. You're shit. Done. It's over. Look at that shit. Not only did her mind games not work, they gave us a stat boost out of it. I was like, wow, what a funny thing this gremlin said. Now I'm ready to run faster. I'm gonna learn the secret witch powers. There we go. Journalism, don't care. Corporate midgets, do not care. No skills. Story of my life. Alright, we got this. So what's a little bit annoying about this Tenno show race, so there's 2 of them every year. You have to win both of them to get the trophy. So that's that little grayed out little this little thinger here. That's the trophy there. So I've won Tenno shows. I have not run both Tenno shows. Now, I don't think both of them are even on her calendar. Oh, they are, actually, surprisingly. We're not going to win them, but they are both on the calendar. We have to win one of them at least, which is gonna be the fucking autumn one. All right, so we're in the fucking grind now. I was said ladies and gentlemen, but that's silly because there's no women watching the stream. Listen, I look at the stats. I look at the metrics. Okay. Yo, I can take this midget. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if she's a horse. I'll win. Alright, let's go. We got this. Slightly better than we did for the last race, which is good. As far as like expectations, quote unquote. Alright, we got a good stamina, so I think we can probably... This is the longest race in the game, so I think we got this. Got our lovely pilot up here. We're running ahead. But she's also a front runner, so... Maybe she'll burn out, maybe not. Like I said, as long as you don't get rushed, as long as unability activates, we got, like, we good. We can beat this pack. This is a long fucking race, so we got this. It's all about not burning out early. Mechanical vapor, that's a silly name. Jakarta Funk. I think those are not real ones again as well too, but I'm sure there is a real horse that has both of those names. Alright, we're halfway through. Hanging in there. Now we just gotta believe. Just gotta believe. Cool. This is that final third. This is where we gotta start. Hoping things happen. We've still got a lot of running to do. Let's go. Ooh, falling back a lot in this one. We got fucking smoke. Never mind. It's okay. 2 more chances. Ooh, we were way back. Ooh. All right. Try again. Use the clock. I got 70. Excuse me. I gotta stick with that pace, though. I'm gonna skip to the last stretch on this one. Just because it is a long race. We gotta wait till the important part, though. Alright, we're 4th going into the turn. Okay, that's good. But there's a big fucking lead up ahead there. What we don't want. So we gotta be able, we gotta pass at least one of these 2. Top Gun's falling behind, but I don't think we're gonna pass her. Oh no. Yeah, fuck. All right, one more run. Last try. We got this. The only real advantage you get from redoing it, not that it really mattered too much in this case, is that if you didn't have like maxed out, if she wasn't at great, she'd be now. We got a late start. We're cooked. All right, never mind. It's over. Or maybe not. She's got to stop worrying about that pack because Mammal Cross is coming through. Let's go. Come on. You got to keep that circle. Oh. Bring it fucking fast. Yeah, I think we're cooked on that one too. Fuck. Broke my head. Oh, it's already broken. What am I saying? Already had tape on it. We'll just leave it like that. Just for, Alright, we crashed out. We got pretty far. So for a character we haven't used or done any upgrades with, not a terrible run, all things considered. I think we did pretty good. Let's see what we hit as far as stats. I think she's going to be a D+. I don't think we got C on this one. Yeah. Is there anything I can get just as like a last? You know what? Never hurts to have like a race course centric one, so I'm sure we'll add that to it because that's a stat that can carry on. Even though we weren't, I think we only had one race that was even in fucking Hokkaido, so we got our daily career playthrough done now. B+, he was right. Almost C. Not bad. Still might be alright. Level 4 of her stats up. Wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad run. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Had run time. Is we're gonna do the rest of the dailies because we didn't really talk too much about dailies again on the last stream. Obviously, the career is the most gameplay intensive portion of this, and then obviously we were running on like we had a level 4 card there too with the Gold City one, so we didn't get all like the good bursts out of it, so that's fine. We got a couple things we got to do as far as dailies are concerned. So got to do our Legends race. Now, this is one of the ways you can get stars. I have Symboli Rudolph, which is good. So if we're able to win this race, which is entirely winnable with, I'll use Oguri Cap for this one, because she's my best as far as stats are concerned. So really what happens is you want to win the career, and then you get different legacy horses with different stats on it and stuff like that. So here is our, it's state acquired, we're going to sort it by rating, but our, Super Creek one is down here. Not great when we got like a winning ticket and an Oguri Cap one that are both really good. We'll use Oguri Cap just because we got the hat on. We'll do the race here. So we're at great already. We don't need to use any of these fucking items. And let's get this fucking bread. So, like I said, stars are your gacha upgrade material. You can get them multiple ways. You can buy them. You can roll for them. You can do daily races like this. We get 3 tries at this per day, so we'll see if we can get that first one. I think this is an entirely winnable race. Already pulling up to the front, which is good. She's another pace runner, so she's another one of those ones that's going to be like mid-race type thing like that, right? Which is going to push. But we're already top 4. So you want to win the race entirely, but you do get more points if you're able to beat the rival, who's the one ahead of us right now, which is Symboli Rudolph, of course. But like I said, we'll see here. This is actually a longer race than I was anticipating it to be. Oh, fuck. Okay. I thought this was the medium. So maybe this wasn't the right character to use for this. Well, I'm going to fix my headset while this runs, because we got lots of running to do. Because it's like I said, it's a fucking long race. Oh boy. And we got rushed midway through there too, so I don't know if that's going to matter too much. And her special doesn't kick in until the last 200 meters of the race either. So if there's like if there's a big gap in the pack, we probably can win it, which is good. Looks like she's stuck back there, though, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, we're cooked. Run it back. Let's go. 2 more tries. I want those stars, goddammit. So we got 6 out of that, which is not bad, but it's not anything... So this is what is considered this race. Medium. So she's an S in medium. I don't know why she would have had an issue with it. But that B plus like stat on your opponent really, like, she's got a whole like step up from us on this one. So enough to get a second. And shit, I should have fucking upgraded her fucking stat or her mood. Didn't think that through. We'll see what happens, though. But these ones I'm just going to push to the final stretch. Okay, so even with awful mood, she's competitive right now, which is good. So this might trigger the special ability. We might be able to win this one. Probably not, but it's going to trigger anyway, I think. Or not. Oh, that would go. Yeah, I didn't even clear any of the gap. So we are going to get more stars for that. I'm pretty sure we placed second. 1 more star. 7 this time around. We got this, I believe. This time around, so mood is good. Let's use a parfait to get that to excellence. Or great, whatever you want to call it. We gotta believe. We got this, okay. Late start was bad, though, still. Yeah, we're cooked on that one. Okay. Boo. Well, you get multiple, 3 a day, but you do get multiple attempts at it. Buy some shit. Buying star. I'm buying the top gun as well, too. Alarm clock, because we need that, we need that. And the rest of it we can forget about. So those pop up sporadically throughout the day. Play the game, you've already caught on to that. So we have 2 more tasks we gotta do. Did our legend race. We gotta do our team trials, which is PvP. Which you're pretty good at. You get a good amount of carrots from this, but it's resets weekly. So we got a couple more days before I can get anything from it. But We are well into promotion range, which is a good sign. And these you don't actually have to watch the race for, you just gotta run them through. Lost one. This is best of 5, obviously. Not off to a roaring start on this one. We got 1 win. 2 wins. We gotta win the next one. And we're good. So there we go. Gotta do that 3 times though. 3 is the magic number, remember that Nintendo number. Get a little bonus. Do it again. Of course, you gotta pick the weakest opponent so you can guarantee those dubs. We got a guy who's running all Bs though, so that's not a promising sign. We got a Chad who's also only got 1 slot open, which is kind of funny. Yeah, we're getting smashed. We're gonna get smashed in something. We got cooked there. That's fine. Still counts, even if we lost it. Here, I'll use the parfait on this one that we bought. Smash our way through it. Alright, got that dub. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Hopefully we can unlock that 3rd slot next week. And we'll go back. And then the last thing we gotta do is our daily races, which are all very straightforward. We can compete on hard with our Oguri cap that we have. That's the C+, which is good. Which is what we want to do. These you can watch. I skip through them because it's not career, so therefore it does not matter. I'm just here to farm fucking hard upgrades, so. Second place with Awful, I'll take it. The 3 of those, and then our dailies are pretty much done for today until 11 a.m. tomorrow. She performed worse with a higher move, which is kind of funny. Let's get that out of the way. Gotta go back to this one here. So you got missions that are tied to your Legends race as well too. Again, so there are like plenty of ways to get stars, but the gacha is sort of the only surefire way to do it, and even that's kind of stretching it a little bit because no guarantees and gacha's expensive. So my achievements from the phone version just popped on this, which is kind of keen. I'll take it. There we go, another 2. So I got 6. Alright. So, we went through a career. It took 3 hours to do it because I don't know how to stop yapping. We're on our 3rd beer. We got 4 drinks in. I'm not, like, hammered, but, like, I'm more cooked than I normally am. And that's just, I just don't drink that often. I don't drink by myself. I don't socialize that often, to be honest with you, so. Alcohol is very infrequently consumed. And you got your little stories to go along with the characters and stuff like that too. This is where you can upgrade your support cards and shit. And your characters. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to go back to trainee. Don't have anyone that we can star unlock yet. But like I said, so you got your 3 stars that kind of occur organically. And then like Gold Ship's a 2-star, but you can unlock her 3-star. El Condor Pass is another one. One I've been working on a bit is winning tickets. I need another 31 stars. So that's pretty easy because she does pop a lot, but I'll probably end up just spending like you get statues when you get duplicates as well too. I might just end up burning through those just to fucking just to lock it in, unlock her other skin, and then I'll probably end up using more frequently. So she's definitely my favorite of the 1-star characters. I do enjoy the winning ticket storyline, even though every other event she has, fucking her mood drops. So it's like that's like the one that you gotta constantly maintain is your fucking mood. That's just like a real woman. You know what I mean? Just like Azur Lane, I constantly get a fucking push notification that's complaining about how they're hungry. I've had girlfriends. I know how this shit works. Anyways. So I think that's going to be that for the stream. So this is our longest stream. And it's funny that we've had 2 gacha-themed streams now that are all my longest. My next longest is probably yesterday's. And that's just because we've just played a horror game slot for the most part. Like 2 hours, I don't want to say it's too much for me, but usually it's like, can I be entertaining for 2 hours? Especially if I'm playing through like a $10 horror game I found on Steam. I don't know. But we try. That's what we do here. That's what we do. I don't know why you'd want it to be more like Real Women either. However, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not a desire. It's just a factual statement that ties into understanding how these things work. But I don't know. I like it's annoying, but I like it. And just how it be, brother. That's how it is, Guy and Rosling. That's just how it be. My headset just disconnected from my one ear, which is hilarious. You can't see it because it's... I know you can, but it shifted. It's falling apart again. Anyways, so that's Umamusume. We might play some more next weekend. I am going to be... if it's Saturday, Friday is fine. But if it's Saturday, we have an IndyCar race in Toronto all weekend, which I'm going to be attending because I like watching cars crash. And I like IndyCar because I am a Hoosier at heart, quote unquote, and disgusting degenerate who likes motorsports. And that just comes with growing up in a small town, you know. You like watching cars go vroom vroom. I don't know fuck all about cars, but I like watching them go fast. I'll tell you that much. If we do the Saturday stream, it'll probably be more gacha games in some capacity, and I will come pre-drunk, which is good. The good news is that we didn't really tear through a lot of this. We're on our 5th drink. 6 if you count the other drink, but like I said, I'm an honest man. We're not going to count it. It was undrinkable. I got maybe like a quarter of the way into it and I quit. That cherry one is just dog off. Like if someone offers you a cooler seltzer, you have my permission just to fucking slap me. Unless it's an orange one, which is drinkable. Just fight them. Just beat the shit out of them. They deserve it. No one should be offering. And I can't imagine like a Happy Dad or like a neutral or what's the big one there? What's the OG one? The fucking White Claws. I can't imagine them being any better. It tastes very artificial. Like they're calling it slushy theme, but I know that's just an excuse to use like medicine flavors, right? Like that generic fucking slop. So stay away. You should drink Sapporo. That's a true Nipponese beer. The ones in the States are kind of awful, but thankfully they own the brewery a little out west in Ontario here. And apparently this is the closest like non-domestic version of the drink that is closest to the original one. So I'll take it. I've never been to Japan, but I'm going to assume that when I go to Japan, it's going to taste the exact same, which is my hope. So I choose to believe. That's the word. If there's 2 things to get out of this stream, it's that you got to believe, and if you horse around, you're going to find out. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing. We like horsing around on here. So I will see you guys next Friday. So I guess hold on. We got to do our board meeting quickly. We did this yesterday, but I got to reiterate. So there's a schedule. I made a schedule. Now, some of the schedule is a bit modular, so I'll know probably closer to the weekend what I want to play, but whatever. There's options now. I've written it down in a notepad. on my phone, which I don't know where I threw it, but it's somewhere. But it's there. There's ideas. You know, like I said, we'll see how I'm feeling when we get to that point. Saturdays maybe, but if Saturday's happening, it's gonna be Umamusume, and I'm still gonna be on the piss, so to speak. So that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be. We'll skip more of the plot. We'll get more of the racing in, less of me clicking through menus. Less me explaining things, but I kind of wanted to kind of immortalize that because, like I said, I don't think we did it justice in the first stream there. Hold on, put music on. I can't hear myself talk. But I digress. That's just how it be. And like I also mentioned a couple of people personally, there is going to be actual video content at some point, not just streams. I do have one video on this channel, which is like a very half-assed edit I made with a fucking City Pop song and like some like car commercials that I stitched together, put a VHF filter on. I'm proud of it. I don't know why, but like it's out there. It's garbage, but it's out there. But I have a rough idea of what I want to do as far as, you know, what I'm going to do with these videos. They're going to be gacha game themes. If you're a fan of like kind of like shit posty kind of content, like I feel like my inspirations are more kind of like a Maxor, Seth Zintak, kind of like informative but autistic is the best way I can kind of frame it. So I'm gonna kind of interject my own humor into it as opposed to just ripping off the greats. But there will be video content coming whenever I figure out video editing and whenever the plan is it's like a rough script will be done Tuesday, and then I'm just gonna try to touch as much grass as I can to get motivated to actually do it. So that's kind of the plan. We got plans. We got big plans for this channel. I'm losing my zin here. Hold on. Seeing it in my mouth. But other than that, yeah, we'll see you guys Friday. And maybe Saturday. And then going forward, weekends are clear. So that just means more long streams like this. So hope you enjoyed Umamusume because you're going to be seeing a little bit more of it. And you guys have a good